here to play with no bitch.
I'm so tired of jet lag. My flight is landing.
How are you feeling, Caroline?
Pumped.
Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready.
Nervous.
How are you? Nice to see everybody.
Morning, darling. It's supposed to be like a breath. I know. You're lucky to have a bitch. I just need to not call anybody a bitch today. But these bitches do be bitching.
Look at you, victim again, professional victim.
That's the one spot you can use to be.
Playing the victim.
At least if I'm pointing,
There you go.
I'm gonna point with this.
There you go.
So I can point with $1 million on my
I love it.
Brooks works really hard, but she also is a single woman with men. Don't say men.
In Bali, you were talking about Shrek, saying this is your sugar daddy. I never slept with that guy.
Guys, I've been dreaming about this day for months. How are you feeling about seeing Lisa? Who?
Side effect of Ozempic is always crying.
Yeah, Ozempic that you introduced me to. You were on it.
We're fighting about Ozempic right now.
Feeling good. I mean, I'm still a little anxious, obviously.
This woman is a liar. You're a liar. A pathological liar.
We just clear the air. I'm totally thinking that I would ever wear her fashions. She doesn't have any for me to wear. She returns all of them.
Was there also a part of you that was like, I went so hard for her?
Oh, hell yeah. It was the most disloyal, two-faced. I have never seen some shit like that in my life.
Feeling good. Have you seen Bruce? No. Have you talked to her? No. Her behavior has been very off, and no matter how much I love you as a friend, I would never lie.
She was on the floor crying, and me and Sarah had to come over and console her.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Not on the floor, but
Like, she was crouched down,
crying.
hysterical. Hysterical?
Ready when you are.
I wanted to be fashionably late, but I'm here first.
Wow, you're so understated.
I know it's taking the whole cast, but it's me. And I'm not wearing an underwear, so if I
Okay,
flash
good.
you, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I can just kind of cozy up
You look
right
so
here.
good in red.
Oh, hi there.
She did.
Hi. How are you? I'm just cozy here. Great to see you.
And you knew we would be this side together.
I love it.
I love it too. You said you're going simple. I did.
You look beautiful.
How are
nice
you?
to see you.
Oh my god, sexy.
Are we in Dubai or New York? This is amazing.
Is it going to be a bloodbath? Is that why we're all unwrapped?
It's gonna be a love fest.
Oh, here comes your bestie.
Love it.
She told me she was gonna do anything just sit next to her and even throw you on for another f***ing bus.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Let the fun begin, darling.
I think we're good. Excellent. Final places.
Alan wa salan.
Ahlan, Andy. Ahlan.
Like Alan.
Yes.
I'm not gonna get it.
Stand by. Cue mic in 3, 2, 1.
Ahlan wa salan. Welcome to the Real Housewives of Dubai Season 2 reunion. I'm Andy Cohen, joined by the luxurious ladies of Dubai, who took us on a journey from Beyonce to bonsai trees to Bali and back again. We have transformed our set into the stunning Palm Jumeirah, the scene of the infamous Beyonce concert and the site of Ayan and Stanberry's makeup. Hopefully we can squash the beef in this group and end the evening by saying salam. We have so much to dive into, but first let's welcome the Real Housewives of Dubai. Hi ladies.
Hi, Andy.
Ayan, are you in VVIP tonight?
Honey, I am always in VVIP.
I would like to make a bold declaration and say that it seems like you all had great seats for Beyonce.
No. Shy. We're not giving up on that.
Okay, yeah, it seems like you're not.
Yes.
Hi, Stanberry.
Hi, Andy.
How are you?
I'm really well, thank you.
I need to say, you look outstanding.
Thank you.
Full facelift or half?
They didn't actually lift my eyebrows, but it's called a full, so I don't really understand it.
She looks younger than me now.
Well, I am in, you know.
Well, that's debatable. Hi, Talene. Welcome to your first reunion.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
When you joined the show, I'm sure you wouldn't have imagined that you would be sitting anywhere but next to Brooks.
I know. There's a lot to unpack for
Yes.
sure.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
How did I do on my first words?
Yeah, I
Did
mean,
get
A
it?
for effort.
Okay.
Plus, I'd say.
What's your prayer for this group today?
Just to stop all the nonsense, all the negativity, but also to shed the light on the truth.
Okay. Hey, Brooks. Great
Hi.
to see you.
Good to see you too.
Did you fly private?
Flew Emirates.
Well, that's...
It's pretty much, I
was
almost the
gonna say.
equivalent.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Are you wearing Alexander McQueen or Alexander Sheen? Your BravoCon read was epic.
Oh, I get asked about it all the time.
Who's most likely to have fake designer duds in their closet?
I'm gonna say Sheree.
Are you?
Alexander McQueen or Alexander Sheen?
You Dubai women do not play around when it comes to reading people.
No, we live in Dubai.
Well, Lisa and Ayan, we're going to get more into this later, but we're just coming off your explosive fight from the finale. I can only assume everything is still pretty raw.
Definitely.
Are things any better now than they were when we wrapped filming?
No, it's not good. And it's like sad, you know?
Yeah, sad for you too.
Sad, yeah.
How long were you two as tight as you were?
I was pregnant with Sebastian when we first met.
Wow.
And Sebastian's 8 now.
The saddest thing for me is missing the kids. I really love them so much. I miss picking them up from school. I miss going on vacations with them.
Are your husbands still buddies? Have they maintained their friendship?
Not
They keep in
really.
touch.
Not really.
That's a bummer. I know you're feeling especially raw because you just watched the finale last night. Did you just
I did
watch?
too
You
on
did
my
too.
flight, yeah.
Can we set an intention to leave the day in a better place than you are right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, we have a ton to discuss, so let's
Yes.
get right into it, all right? Much like the pineapple Ayan gifted Stanberry this season, these two former frenemies went from prickly to sweet. And while they hit a major speed bump in Bali, it didn't take long for these two queens to take a big swing back in the right direction. Watch.
How are you, my love? You okay?
Very good.
Good. Brought your gift. Just like you. There's so much sweetness and juices and deliciousness in it.
That is the biggest compliment she's ever paid me. I will take it.
I heard you guys had a nice lunch.
Yes. We had the best time, actually.
Those still my best friends. Why do you have to hold hands?
Because you can see Lisa is so jealous.
It really wasn't.
It's like this, Caroline. You're British. You should know this. I would never have thought we would be loving each other like this.
Long may it last.
Ayan Katie from Grand Rapids says, Chanel and Caroline are the iconic duo that I never knew I needed. Chanel, what made you want to be friends with her after not being able to stand her last season?
When we left here last year, we were stuck on a plane for 16 hours together.
Like stuck.
Stuck.
There's
You're
not
stuck.
far to run.
So we had a drink, we started talking, and then we just were like, you know what? Let's try to see if we can actually try.
Also because we are in a friend group. It was awkward all the time. It was horrible for us. It was not fun for anyone involved.
Ayan and Stanberry, Jesse from San Francisco says, you two seem so different but look like you have so much fun together. What do you have in common and like about each other?
Like she's funny, like she's really, really funny. She makes me laugh, you know what I mean? And I like her straightforwardness. She doesn't play with bullshit. She tells you how she feels.
I think the same. I think our kids going to college and going through all of that is quite similar. And the way we were brought up, oddly, although it seems ridiculous,
I love it.
Ayan went to her own form of boarding school and didn't live at home. I went to maybe a more privileged one, but you know, we laugh about it because it makes you very strong, very independent. I now understand all the things that irritated me to death about her. I understand where it comes from.
So you told me that after last year's reunion, you had a drink with Ayan and you didn't tell the other women. Why didn't you tell the other women?
I just felt that I wanted to see if there was any route to a better relationship without anyone's opinion as to who she really was.
Did Ayan tell you about the drink when it happened?
But Ayan used to tell me all the time, like, hey, she's calling, we're
Yeah.
talking, and I was always fine with it.
Yeah.
Talene Cindy from College Park said, Brooks and Lisa called out each other for being jealous over Ayan and Stanberry's friendship.
Brooks and Stanberry were fine when Ayan and I were still feuding with Stanberry. But the minute she found out that we're actually getting along, all of a sudden she's mad.
Lisa is a projector. Out of everyone in our friend group, Lisa is the most bothered.
Who do you think is more bothered by this friendship and why?
I think Lisa, and I think Brooks enjoys that. Brooks loved seeing the demise of their friendship, and I think Brooks was like a cheerleader about it.
Brooks, what do you think of this friendship?
I don't care about it.
Really? Sure about that?
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's talking to me, not to you.
Were you happy that it appeared to be coming between Ayan and Lisa's
I actually got a little bit of comedic relief, but when I realized it affected her emotionally, it bothered me too, and I tried to bring them back together.
I had no issues with the two of them becoming friends.
Okay.
Because it was
desperate.
not.
Watch what
Yeah,
happens.
I did. I think Ayan and Stanberry are the desperate duo, not dynamic.
Okay.
While they were getting to know each other and they would go out and they would have things, Ayan would message me complaining, not happy. So I never felt the need. I never felt like it was a threat.
So when me and Stanberry started hanging out, yes, I did say to you, it's gonna take me time to get to know her.
But the messages were more like, I feel so uncomfortable.
No, I never said I feel uncomfortable. Please show it.
Sure.
Yeah, please show where I said I feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
Here, I can't move my arms too much.
Okay.
But this is the message she first sent me, one of the messages.
And this is Ayan. We're trying to find something in common, but I don't know what. Like, she acted like I grew up in a village, she grew up in a mansion. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Well, you both
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah,
already said
but
that.
that was when we were getting that's forever. I told you that. And you're trying to use it against me. Like, what the f*** is
I'm
wrong with
using
you?
against you.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
look
are.
at you. Victim again. Professional victim.
Lisa,
She's not a victim.
Professional victim again.
Lisa, that is probably the worst
again.
word.
Not the
You
villain
can
playing
use
the
to me.
victim.
That's the worst
Not
word you
the
can use to
villain
me.
playing the victim.
You're calling me a victim and you know that's the worst word you can use on me.
Not the villain playing the victim.
That's the worst
Not
word you
the
can use to
villain
me.
playing the victim.
You're calling me a victim and you know that's the worst word you can use on
You're
me.
a professional victim.
Yes.
This
You know that's the worst word you can use
love
on
to
me.
play the victim.
Let's move on.
You
Okay.
can't call me a
So
victim.
Moving forward. Ayan YOLO for Life says, I love your relationship with Taj, and I love seeing him as the face of Ayan Beauty.
Is that my son gorgeous?
Is he still pursuing modeling? Has he worked for any other cool brands?
Yes, actually, he worked for Burberry.
Wow.
He shot for Fendi. He's with IMG models. Every week,
Someone's going to
working.
retire soon.
That's
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
great. Ayan Ginger Bush says, Ayan's age comes out when she dances. Mama's about 53. I see you. In Bali, it was revealed you are between 45 and 50. So what age do you think you actually are?
To be honest, my bones are very weak. I really believe I'm over 50.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think so because I really.
She's the 50-year-old
Yeah,
influencer now.
I am. I am.
Ladies, how old do you think Ayan is? How old do you have you known Ayan for a long time?
Her age. She looks it.
Okay.
She looks so young. She looks like she's in her late 20s. She looks like
I would say 38.
I was really grateful that she's older because there's a lot of ageism in this.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you guys don't act your age.
How old are you, Stanberry? May I ask?
48.
That seems a bit young to do the full Monty, no?
I have been doing filler and Botox since I was 26, and I think after a while you begin to look a bit odd and you need to stop melting it. It's like filler on top of filler, and I was
Right.
beginning to look like that.
How do you ladies think Stanberry looks? How
I
does
think
she
she
look?
looks really fresh.
How does she look?
She looks great.
Looks okay?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love, babe, keep doing whatever you do.
Ayan, we saw most of the ladies cheering you on at your Ayan Beauty event, but you seemed upset on social media about Brooks solely crediting your partner, Tony.
Yes.
Tony Malt put on a beautiful event. I'm really proud of Tony for what she did for Ayan. And I'm proud of Ayan Beauty by Tony Malt.
I don't think it was rude
for me to say congrats. I like Tony Malt, and I feel like
no, Brooks.
But it
I don't think it was rude. Because I actually, hold on, Andy, I'm talking. I actually was one of the first people from our cast to fully support her. It was funny shade to me because I actually really love Tony. I really love Tony
You were
Malt.
giving credit to her partner.
That was
too.
not
I
nice.
love Tony Malt.
Did you guys?
By discrediting her.
No, I actually
Whole
didn't. I didn't actually mention.
You discredit
What are you talking
Ion.
about?
Mention.
You said it was Tony's event.
Shut the up! I'm not talking to you. Shut up.
Okay, I'm moving on. Jilly Cake says, Ayan, it was nice to hear you open up more about your FGM experience. Has there been any more backlash from your community?
So Andy, when it aired, I went into the darkest depression. You cannot even imagine it. I was in a bad place. Andy, it was the worst experience ever.
Do you regret sharing it now?
Now, because few countries in Africa are saying, let's bring it back because it's normal. Now I'm like, no, of course not. But when that time happened, Andy, I regretted it. I didn't want to go outside because I didn't think like people would see me for who I am, like the funny girl, the silly girl. They're just like, oh, she's circumcised, you know what I mean? And kids from Dutch school asking him about it, you know? Every single day, everybody's asking me about it. Like, what part of your vagina you lost? They're bullying me about it. They're joking about it. Like, it was hard. Like, I don't want to be attacked because I'm trying to save young girls. That's why when somebody says you're a victim, you're playing a victim. I'm like, you're kidding me. Lisa, I'm telling you, Lisa, as my friend, you know the victim is the worst word you would say to me. Because when Sarah said that, it hurt me so bad. I literally opened up to you about my story. Then I see you calling me a victim, going everywhere. I have literally cried to you and saying, oh my God, it bothers me so much. You saying it, you know it's gonna hurt me because
in our
you know.
situation, you do play the victim. Not anything to do with your
no one
FGM.
in this couch,
Nothing to do with
God, no one in
FGM.
this couch can say that I never ever loved you, cared about you,
That's not what's in
and
question.
fought for you to death.
She's
No
the
one
most
can
ride.
say-
She was the most ride or die
No,
for you,
no,
Lisa.
no,
I wasn't. My issues with her stem because I was
issues
defending
do you have
you.
with her?
You never liked
What do
me.
you mean? That's not
Okay,
true.
we're gonna have a full conversation
Are you
about
gonna
this.
cry?
We're gonna have
I'm
a
not
full
gonna cry, are
conversation
you?
about
No.
this. Okay.
Side effect of Ozempic is always crying.
Yeah, Ozempic that you introduced me to.
Yes,
Because you were on it.
You just.
You were on it and you introduced me to.
We're fighting about Ozempic right now. Coming up next.
In Bali, you were talking about Shrek, saying this is your sugar daddy. I've never slept with that guy.
You were with someone that you referred to as Shrek.
Side effect of Ozempic is always crying.
Yeah, Ozempic that you introduced me to.
Yes, I
because
did.
you were on it.
You just.
You were on it and you introduced me to.
We're fighting about Ozempic right
Yes.
now. Okay, I'm moving on.
This is too much. I need water. I'm so dehydrated.
all right.
We could tell.
I need water, please.
Okay.
Ion is doing the most.
Stop now together. It's like filler carriers.
Right.
I'm that big.
Besties over there.
Well, Brooks and Stanberry may share a first name, but Talene learned the hard way that they're not amazing at sharing friends. Let's take a look at Caroline versus Caroline.
Guys, let's talk about Beyonce. And you fell down and your ass was out in the vagina.
It was a great time.
Sergio saw your vagina. He loved it.
Paul was not that serious. Like a little topple. What are you trying to do here? Are you trying to humiliate Talene or what? I'm gonna have Talene's back no matter what.
It's not for her to go and tell everybody that Sergio saw your female anatomy.
I definitely did not say it the way she's repeating it.
Listen, if it's coming from Brooks, you cannot believe it.
Brooks is 100% out to have an issue with me. Clearly, it's not just the joke about Talene.
Caroline saying that your pussy hole was showing.
Not the whole.
This is a lot of tension about my vagina.
Well, why would Stanberry just leave
Let her
right
go
now?
because she's a f***ing duck.
No, don't say that.
There's more going on with
That's
you and
kind of how I
Stanberry.
feel, because the way how close they were.
Yeah, loyalty is a friendship, which is two ways. You called me a see you next Tuesday.
If I did call you that, that is so out of line.
I don't see myself trusting her. She says one thing to my face, another behind my back.
All right, it seemed you were more offended about the vagina line than Talene was. Why do you think Brooks received it the way she did?
I don't know. First of all, the only person that talked about it to everybody was Brooks. She's saying that I embarrassed her friend, yet I wasn't the one talking about it. I was talking to her once on the phone going, Sergio almost saw vagina.
Almost?
Whatever, saw vagina.
No, but you told all of us.
Yeah, and Nina too. Samara had said if this is any indication of how she is, then basically she doesn't belong on this show. And that then triggered me.
She said that?
Yeah, to me, Nina, and Sarah.
So your initial reaction to the comment was what, Talene?
I was upset. It was messed up, for sure.
Okay. Brooks, Jesse from Silver Springs wants to know why you kept repeating the story about Talene's vagina. If you were so offended by it, it felt like you were making a bigger deal about it than it was.
I was angry.
But you could have spoken to me, and
I could have maybe called her and had
you
more...
were meant to be my friend.
That's
so
true.
I would have thought that
I
that
could
would
have
be the
maybe
normal
called
thing to
her
do.
and actually talked it through. But I did actually say in the moment to her, I do remember saying to her, no, give her a chance.
So when she decided, I'm gonna let this go and forgive Stanberry, it seemed like...
I kept going?
Yeah,
Because that's not
seemed
what
like
happened.
that pissed you
She
off
didn't
even
actually
more.
say, I'm gonna let it go. That was after the fact. We were on Talene's balcony.
Where I was hysterically crying.
Oh my God.
Okay,
I know
let her
not
talk
do
and
this.
then let her talk.
Okay.
It's her first reunion, but Andy, you're gonna have to tell her how this works.
She's allowed to speak.
Get off your high horse, Lisa, please.
You're gonna speak first, and then you're gonna speak. Okay.
You are allowed to
go
speak,
on.
Talene.
All right.
On her balcony when me and Sarah went over there that day when I was like, Stanberry's a f***ing bitch. I was so angry.
Yeah.
It was because right moments before that, she was on the floor crying and me and Sarah had to come over and console her.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Not on the floor, but she was crying.
crouched
Yeah, she
down,
was crying.
hysterical.
Yeah.
And I was like, she was. She got down. Remember we had to go over to her?
Sergio saw her private.
But sometimes people want to get under your skin.
That's not okay.
No, it's not okay. No, that was so mean. No, it was so mean. And that's the reason why I was so pissed. Do you understand, Tom? That's why I went off on her.
Was I on the floor hysterical? Not on the floor.
I got emotional.
Not hysterical, but you were crying and you were hurt.
If you really had an issue with the whole V-Gate thing, when Stanberry said it to you, you weren't fighting that off
Didn't I
camera.
say it on that
I'm not talking to Sarah. Stop talking to other people.
You tell me what to do. Shut the up.
You've been telling everyone here what to
Put
do.
your finger down. Nobody's afraid of you. Don't tell me what to do. Shut the up.
You've been telling everyone here what to
Put
do.
your finger down. Nobody's afraid of you.
Here we go. Caroline always needs someone next to her. I'm talking to you.
That was a moment, Talene. Congrats. That was good.
Stop with your moment.
Can we hear
Okay,
from
I want
Sarah?
to hear from Sarah.
The comment was rude. She was hurt. She dragged it too long. I love you, but I'm gonna be honest. On the phone, she said, "Don't talk about my friend like
Who
that."
kept bringing it up? And
She did.
She said she held on to it too
Your
long.
question was, why
She
didn't I
agreed.
address it in the moment? I did.
Was there also a part of you that was like, I went so hard for her, and now she's making up with Stanberry? Was there a part of you that was
Hell
like,
yeah,
I brought
it was
her
the
onto
most
the show?
disloyal, switchy,
Okay.
two-faced. I have never seen some like that in my life.
So you felt maybe betrayed by your friend who you had
Yeah.
brought on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't that serious.
Okay, fine,
It
but
was a
that's how she
joke.
took
How
it.
I took it. It's
And
my
I'm
feelings.
just
You are entitled to your
understanding
own.
where she came from.
I agree with Brooks, and I feel like anyone would feel that way.
Sarah Stassi on Facebook says, I was surprised to hear the words vagina and see you next Tuesday being thrown around so lightly in Dubai. What was your reaction?
It was too much. It was 3-4 episodes of Talene's Vijay
Yeah,
that
that
became
was-
the rising star of the show. And do you see me saying it in any of the other scenes?
No.
No.
Brooks, I want to get into your state of mind for the first half of the season. You had opened a business 6 months earlier.
Yeah.
You were working night and day at the business.
Yeah.
You're raising your boy alone.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that when you came into the season, you were...
Overwhelmed.
Right.
For sure.
Do you think the way that you were taking in alcohol was not beneficial to you?
I would say, obviously, no, I'm not proud of the way I behaved while I was drinking. I need to gauge how much alcohol I consume.
How did you take in the other women saying your drinking was partly to blame for your behavior?
I think that they said I was an alcoholic.
She's so fake. You're an alcoholic.
I don't know what she's on. Looking at her makes me want to be stone cold sober for the rest of my life.
She's actually a lightweight. One drink and she starts slurring.
I guess you can have 4 drinks, it's lightweight.
Talene, you've been friends with her for 10 years. I mean, do you think it's unfair to call her a drunk?
I do not think Caroline is an alcoholic. We both love to have a good time. I'm sorry that I said you're an alcoholic, Brooks. I think you can be messy, but I do not think you're an alcoholic.
Okay.
No, and I even told her, don't drink, because once you drink, you don't look good on camera.
Sarah said 1 drink is okay for you. Once we pass 1, I don't like it.
Apparently producers told you that too.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. They observed after 1 drink, I'm still in the clear. But when we had to 2 or 3, it's going
It's
downhill
bad.
from there.
Lisa, you told me on Watch What Happens Live that Brooks needs to dial it down. What did you mean by that?
I mean, I was commenting on the whole thing with Talene and the See You Next Tuesday, the holes and all of that. I thought it was a bit too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dre on Twitter says, I love Sarah, but Brooks' behavior doesn't get a pass because she was stressed. What do you say to that? And as a non-drinker, is it ever hard for you to be around the ladies when they're drinking heavily?
No, it is hard to be around them when they drink heavily. Every time Brooks does anything, everyone calls me. And they're like, have you seen Brooks' behavior? I'm not Brooks' mom.
You did kind of take that on.
You did. No, it's called friendship. That doesn't mean I agree with Brooks' behavior.
Okay. Brooks, tell me about the healing journey.
I love my healing journey.
Brooks, yours is too fast.
But be happy. She's happy.
I have to say I agree with you.
Yeah, it's
like if suddenly a minute
it's
you're like a
too
changed
fast.
woman.
How many healing sessions have you gone to so far?
What?
Did you do more than 1 session?
No.
No.
And she tried to sue the healer.
I never sued the
No,
healer.
but you asked for your money back.
Only Brooks would sue a healer.
Okay, but she didn't sue a healer.
No.
She didn't.
Asking for a refund is not a lawsuit.
They said that there was the first time they've been asked for a refund in 30
Why
years.
did you get the
20
refund?
years.
Because I didn't go back after 1.
Did you get the refund?
Yeah.
Did
You get it?
Yeah, she didn't want to finish.
Okay. Brooks, Sasha in Indiana said, you recently claimed that Caroline's friend Michael is her sugar daddy and allegedly he pays her mortgage, clothing bills, etc. How do you know this?
Well, okay, so Stanbury's group of friends were at Atlantis the Royal with Ion, and Michael was getting wasted. Ion had called me, and she was like, Michael's drunk ass just literally said he pays all of Stanbury's bills, and he's sick of Sergio. She said, but don't say anything. She didn't have to actually mention it to me. He repeated it again.
I remember back in the day too, you ran into him at the main and he also said that to you.
He was talking about he was not happy with Sergio because he said you and Sergio were fighting a lot in the house. Okay, but
That's not about what happened at
Will I say what happened?
Yeah, but tell the
Thank
truth.
you. Let me say, I'll say the truth.
Yeah.
And then he said to me, you know what? I need them to leave because I'm tired of paying for the house, of the maid, and the food, and the stuff like that. That's what he said. He cannot afford to pay her life. Dubai is so expensive.
Nobody pays my life.
Okay, Stanbury, what's your response to this?
And the way he's said it to me is he
Yes.
made a poor joke about paying my maid and the bills while I was living. I overstayed my welcome.
3 months.
That was
yeah.
clear.
If that was the context, Andy, fine, but that's not how
And
he
he was
said it.
fighting with Sergio, and he
Yeah.
said to me, Ayan, I want them to move back to their house. I'm tired of paying for the maid.
Stanbury, Lana from Texas wants to know,
He
where
doesn't
do you
behave.
get all of your money? Do you work?
Me?
Of course.
I work really
She works
hard.
her ass off.
Yes, I work my ass off. I've had a huge business my whole life.
Yep.
I run multiple businesses now. I just don't bring it onto the show.
Did you get a big settlement from your ex?
Of course I got money.
Yeah.
I also am assuming that you grew up with money.
Yes.
You responded to Brooks's claim saying Brooks was talking about herself. Who's paying her bills?
I do believe Brooks works really hard, but like at the same time, you know, she also is a single woman with men.
Not men. You know who my ex is. You know how long we were together. So don't say men.
Talene, you mentioned on Watch What Happens Live that Brooks dates a lot of wealthy men. Who do you think has more money in her bank account?
Well, Brooks sleeps with a lot of men who have money, so I don't know.
You later apologized online. What did you mean and why did you feel the need to apologize?
That was a poor choice of words to say that you sleep with wealthy men. You don't. But do guys give you cash and buy you stuff?
Why wouldn't my boyfriend give me cash and buy me stuff?
In Bali, you were talking about Shrek saying this is your sugar
I never
daddy.
slept with that guy. I'm in Bali, a little bit drunk with my friends. Okay, call you back later. Questionable looking man in my eyes.
that motherfucker. I saw Shrek in the window, and I'm like, that motherfucker is Shrek.
When I tell you ugly, when I tell you made 6 figures a month, I ain't complaining. On my birthday, he flew me private. It was really lovely. Every 2 weeks or whatever, I get like a nice exotic bag that I want. I'm not gonna deny it. Like, I don't give a if somebody pays my bills, they can pay it.
You were with someone that you referred to as Shrek.
He was so ugly, and I was never with him. Never had sex, never kissed him.
Did he buy you stuff?
Nothing.
Oh.
It's not okay for you guys to say she sleeps around with different men.
I don't like bullshit. I like honesty. Larissa, you said that about her too.
Yes. Why? You always say that, and you're sitting here acting like you've never said that. When did I say that? She says that all the time.
The horrible things they both said about each other.
Okay,
Lisa, I feel sorry for you.
It's not okay for you guys to say she sleeps around with different men.
Larissa, you said that about her too.
Yes.
Why? The horrible things they both said about each other.
Okay, mind your
Lisa, I
business.
feel sorry for you.
Lisa, have you been saying the same stuff that you're accusing the others of saying?
Listen, I've heard things and I've brought it up, but I would never bring it to this platform and do that to embarrass her.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward. This year, a new housewife named Talene emerged in the desert, and while she and her pal Brooke started off thick as thieves, accusations of begging, borrowing, and one Caroline stealing her from the other led to quite the sandstorm between besties. Watch.
We're here.
Let's have fun. Nobody look at my cooch.
Let's go, Donut. Wow, wow, wow. Who's talking? Look who's talking.
Now, what's your background?
I'm Armenian,
Okay.
but born and raised in the States.
So you guys met in the States or you guys met in Dubai?
We met here.
Oh, in Dubai.
Yeah, she was my first friend here.
Talene is one of my closest girlfriends in Dubai. I've known her for almost a decade.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm from Virginia. Ding, 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 ding.
We are crazy.
Who needs a shot?
Who needs a shot? Not that. With Brooks, I get the 2 a.m. calls from her being like, she said this, and I hate that. You can instigate behind the scenes. You know Stanberry was talking shit about you.
That's my opinion. Because if the spirit that's stirring a part of it, no, that's me being direct.
Okay.
Talene is gonna believe her friend of 10 minutes over her friend of 10 years.
You're not letting me talk.
But I don't care about this.
Well, if you don't care about this, then we're not as close friends as I thought.
That's fine.
Brooke said, like, apparently I called her a beggar, but that's because she is.
Talene begged me to be on television. Honestly, what she begged for. I don't want to say the show, but like, that's what she begged for.
I've seen a side of Brooks that I have never seen before.
What do you want to do? You want to do this?
He's f***ing sticking up for me. Where's your husband?
Yeah. Talene, you f***ing begging ass bitch. You're a beggar. You're a beggar.
I can see the root of your friendship and how the two of you actually do have a lot of fun together.
Yeah, we do.
Talene, you got a lot of positive feedback from fans. Rick Z said, Talene is one of those rare newbies that instantly feels like a seasoned housewife. She's interesting, funny. I love she can hold her own at the table. Is the response what you expected it to be?
I really had no idea what I was walking into. I just wanted to be myself, and I've been so grateful for the fans and the response, and I really appreciate it.
Brooks, how did you prepare Talene before she started?
Not really much preparation because, as Talene knows, I never watch Housewives.
You walked into my house and you said, watch Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Beverly Hills.
You are the fanatic.
She tried to even get me through one episode, and it's not really for me.
Did she prepare you at all?
No. She wanted me to come in
And take me down.
You, your bestie all of a sudden. You, not you. She loved you, Sarah. She still does. She wanted me to come in,
Oh my God.
guns blazing.
Ayan Nala on Twitter said you called Talene a Hadida bird on several occasions.
Yes.
Maybe you
You
should
think
let
a lot
me
and
finish.
you talk a lot. Yeah, I did that night.
Has she grown on you since then?
I actually told her today to be Hadida. Tip for you for unit number 1. Do not start the fight, but end it.
Should I be a Hadida bird?
Today is the day I allow you to be Hadida.
So Talene, Brooks called you after the Queen's dinner. to say that Stanberry was talking crap about you. What made you decide to fact check Brooks and call Stanberry?
Yeah, so this was a pattern. It kept happening. I would get calls from Brooks.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? Let me just get everybody on the phone.
I actually defended her at the table, and those two walked away to talk because they were all wondering, what the are they over there talking about? Caroline, can I talk to you for 2 seconds? Go.
What kind of problem would Celine be having with that?
We don't care. But Brooks, what you read to me is, don't you get it, Tal? She doesn't like you, Tal.
No, that's not what I said. It was nice of her to want to have that conversation alone.
She had said prior to filming, if anybody ever talks about me, tell me.
I never said that, but...
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, all right. Brooks, Melissa from Dayton says you started the season calling Talene one of your closest friends in Dubai, but the minute she challenged you, you lost it on her and said you were done. Did you expect her to just blindly follow you? That's a big question.
Not blindly follow me, but some basis of some loyalty.
Sarah Michael V said you defended Brooks in the desert after her fallout with Talene. When you watch back that dinner argument between Talene and Brooks, was it what you expected to see?
In the desert, I was telling Brooks to apologize to Talene.
About what? Because I clearly was coming from a good place and telling you that, and I wanted to move forward, and you said there is no moving forward.
We saw Talene and Brooks finally make up at the Ion Beauty event, only to hear later that Brooks wasn't apologizing for how she treated Talene, but rather for calling her a beggar.
Apparently 105 times you said on Entertainment Tonight, I said, please, 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 can I please be on this show?
You clearly wanted to be on the show. It's not a crime to want to be on the show.
But did I beg to be on this show?
If you were her friend, it also helped you that she was gonna bring you into the show.
And she also put other names forward. I was also hesitant. It was not an overnight decision.
Okay, so
for you to go to press and say that I begged you 105 times, I don't beg for But for you to go to press and say that I begged you 105 times, I don't beg for And she even knows that.
Sienna from Morristown said, isn't the point of bringing someone into your friend group so that she integrates with your other friends? Did you just expect Talene to be your mouthpiece? This is a big one.
No, I don't want her to speak for me.
Okay.
That was Sarah this season. You bitch.
If a person's coming in the show as a friend of mine, I would expect for them to kind of have my back.
Fair.
I have texts of Brooke saying, oh my God, Stanberry just put 3 people forward. We need to get you on the show.
Okay.
So there was a motive there.
You were working together.
Hell yeah, we were working together on it.
Talene Stock on Twitter said, Talene used Brooks to get on the show and then flipped on her. What's your reaction to viewers questioning you for choosing Stanberry over your best friend?
Look, I didn't know there were sides. I had an issue with what Brooks was doing behind the scenes.
Okay.
And I needed to say it.
Okay.
All right? And it wasn't me being disloyal or going against her to be with Stanberry. I actually filmed the least with Stanberry.
Okay.
I didn't film a lot with her.
Brooks, you showed up to Stanberry's housewarming with Sage and brought in uninvited guests. A lot of viewers had reactions to that. Girls Love Bravo wrote on Twitter, I would have kicked Brooks out the second I saw Sage in her hand. So what were you thinking?
I don't know. It was like in my car.
Oh, okay.
It was there in the side console.
I feel like it was a bit of a setup. The
Stanberry, which pissed you off more, the Sage or the uninvited guest?
Both.
The uninvited guest even worse because I had a shot. Like, how?
No,
No supper.
It was rude. The smudging was also rude. But I won't lie to you. I wasn't her bestie at the time. So I didn't really
You were being shady.
I was.
Brooks, Christy Butler on Twitter said, Brooks thinking she's the one do the apology. Delulu, she's the one who came in with the agenda to start the fight. Get real, Brooks. How do you respond to that?
I don't care.
Well, okay, but do you own the fact that you came in kind of raring to go?
You were at 100.
I was wild up.
Talene, Wanda from Texas said, what were you thinking, egging on Brooks, asking where her husband was?
I walked away
Right.
from the situation.
Okay.
My husband was actually trying to de-escalate it. If anyone here really knows him,
She had been poked quite a lot through the dinner, and she did walk away.
yeah,
I wasn't talking to her.
he's. Oh, you weren't talking. You were
Well,
talking
you were
to the
talking
air.
about her.
Okay, you were talking about me, and you were
No,
literally
I
right
understand.
next to me.
But if I was sitting here and you were yelling things about me, I might get upset.
I was being poked. Should I have said that about your husband not being there, or where's your husband? No. And
Okay.
for that, I do take accountability. I'm sorry for that.
That's how you lost me as a fan.
I know, exactly. That's why you're not my biggest fan.
Stanberry, what did you think of Rafi getting involved?
I think Rafi had listened to it and listened to it, and to be honest, I can't believe he only got involved at the end. Brooks, you have a longer standing relationship with Rafi than you do Tarlene. You call Rafi, you invited Rafi to your birthday party without Tarlene. You have that relationship with him, so he has every right to have that relationship and clap
Oh,
back.
that's interesting.
Oh,
So,
he has every right to have shouted at her.
He didn't shout
He
at
didn't
her.
shout.
He was shouting.
He walked away.
He did not.
He did
walk
not.
away.
Yes, he did. He said, I'm not doing this.
Talene, stop drinking.
Stop drinking.
You're slurring.
Drinking?
That's cute.
Yeah. What do you want to do? You want to do this?
It's my wife. You're not gonna throw
Okay.
my wife under the bus.
Yeah. So don't speak on women's
I don't
business.
give a damn about these cameras, man. Let me tell you one
Don't
thing.
speak on women's business.
Shut your mouth.
What you not
Lisa, you even admitted to me that you didn't see really what was
didn't see
going
what
on.
started. I didn't see
Exactly,
how it
but
started.
you were looking
But
for
I
a
did
moment
see
and
too. I
you
was
inserted
not.
yourself.
Absolutely
Because
not.
that is
That's
what
not
you
true.
do.
There was two on
Period.
one. There was two
Andy,
on
did you
one,
watch it?
and
Yeah,
she
I
wasn't there with that moment. That was
I
really
guess
aggressive. with the
my
girl.
question
He's a
is this.
good guy.
Okay, my
No one's
question
saying
is
he's
this.
not a good guy, Lion, but in that moment, that was really aggressive.
I understand the male-female dynamic. I totally
Yeah.
get it. But if you are old buddies with him, doesn't that take some of the steam out of it if that's your buddy? Have you ever had an argument with Rafi like that
No.
before?
What? Excuse me?
Have I had
After
an
my
argument with Rafi like that?
after my party, off camera,
That wasn't with Rafi. That was with you.
that was with you and Rafi.
No,
you were
okay.
spitting in his face,
Where
and there were
I didn't
people there.
spit in his face.
After the see you next Tuesday thing, this woman is a liar.
You're a liar. Pathological liar.
Next time on part 2 of the Real Housewives of Dubai reunion,
I was mortified, but the designer
Suck dick.
It wasn't suck dick.
I have nothing against suck dick.
Look at me in the eye and tell me I never told you about the voice note. I asked all the producers, they said, you know. What? She knew about it.
I dropped the bomb. Brooks calls you on speakerphone. Who does that?
Did you trap Ayan